And it was a day of Vada Pav politics on the streets of Mumbai like you've never seen before. Out on the streets outside columnist Shobhaa's residence, all because she tweeted about the Devendra Fadnavis government's decision to make Marathi films compulsory in at least one screen in multiplexes throughout, starting now. Well, she's hit back and hit back hard.
धर्माच्या वरती आधारित राजकारण महाराष्ट्राने कधी त्याचा स्वीकार केला नाही कसं म्हणता तुम्ही.
They said when this man spoke to the Marathi Manus, nothing moved. Every word was the last word. But not even Balasaheb Thackeray would have thought that one day his followers would hit the streets with Vada Pav and Misal Pav. The Sena Supremo may have loved his food, but would he have been okay with this? What started with a typically tongue-in-cheek tweet had snowballed into a confrontation fully endorsed by the Sena leadership.
शोभा डे से इनकरेज करने से मराठी फिल्में नहीं चलती. दादा साहब फाल्के जो अपने इंडियन फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के पॉयनियर है, वो भी महाराष्ट्र के. हमें मालूम है मराठी फिल्म क्या है और ये इंडस्ट्री क्या है और मुंबई क्या है. शोभा डे से हमको सजेशन लेने की या सीखने की जरूरत नहीं.
Shobhaa, in signature style, is unmoved, making light about the Sena noise.
I like popcorn, I like dahi masal, I like many other snacks, as we all do. So it is a very foolish thing to try and make a political issue out of dahi masal and vada pav.
Of course, this isn't the first time Shobhaa has tweeted herself into a spot. Many felt that what she tweeted after Gopinath Munde's tragic death took things too far and was plainly in bad taste. But is the Marathi Manus really offended by a tweet, or has the Shiv Sena once again overreached on one big non-issue? Bureau Report, headlines today.
And let's make no mistake, the Shobhaa attack, the protest by the Shiv Sena, is only the latest in what has been a litany of what appear to be meaningless protests indicating a lack of imagination. Take a look at some of the things that the Shiv Sena has actually been protesting about in the last few years. No real issues left is something that we're saying. Jan 2015, they protested against Pakistani ghazal singer Ghulam Ali's music concert in Mumbai. A year ago, in February 2014, protests against a Pakistani band concert where Shiv Sena workers actually disrupted their press conference. A year earlier than that, in July 2013, they protested against Poonam Pandey's film posters because her back was bared and she was wearing a bikini. Everyone remembers the violence on the streets there. Let's go to the next one. In January 2013, they protested against Pakistani hockey players. Remember, this was at the height of the ceasefire violations that were taking place, but they trained their anger at Pakistani hockey players. And finally, all right, so those were the list. That's the list of the protests that Shiv Sena workers have actually been training their anger on in just the last couple of years, indicating a lack of imagination. And joining us live now from Mumbai is Purvesh Sarnaik. He is secretary of the Yuva Sena, the youth wing of the Shiv Sena, but he's also son of Pratap Sarnaik, the Shiv Sena MLA who moved the privilege motion in the Maharashtra Assembly against Shobhaa and really is the genesis of all that's been happening right now. Purvesh, are you honestly trying to tell us that Shobhaa is the problem? Shobhaa is, the real crisis for the Shiv Sena at this point of time, that a party like yours needs to dedicate all its resources just to attacking her?
Well, honestly, hi. First of all, good evening, Shiv. The issue here is it's not just Shobhaa. I am very clean and clear about the fact that, many more people like Shobhaa who have an issue with, the Marathi culture, with what the Marathi culture is all about,
Yeah.
spreading across the state of Maharashtra, is the major issue what Shiv Sena is facing today, according to these people. All I wanted to just make clear is that there was nothing so bad or something, nothing so something that Shobhaa should have been so offended by. Actually, while talking to you, Shiv, I've just got a report wherein I've got a report for two states. One is from Bangalore and the other one is for Chennai.
Yes.
So one of the reputed multiplex brands in Bangalore and Chennai. So the reports what have come down to me today is there are around about 2 Tamil movies playing in Bangalore and
Okay.
6 Tamil movies in Chennai. Kannada movies are 3 and in Bangalore and 2 in Chennai. Telugu again is 1 and 1 in both the cities. All these movies are being played during the prime time, and here the twist is what I would like to tell you. One of these reputed multiplex brands, when I had a word with them,
Yeah.
they have agreed to tell me that they do serve idli, rasam and vadas in their theaters. I would just like to make it very clear on their part that I don't mind. I mean, even if the government today takes a call on serving of vada pavs and dahi misal in the theaters, is what my question to Shobhaa De is.
I want to remind our viewers once again that Purvesh is the son of the Shiv Sena MLA who moved that privilege motion. But Purvesh, as a young Mumbaikar yourself, are you honestly trying to say that, youngsters out there in Maharashtra would be offended, by the tweets that Shobhaa De has actually put out? Because there are several who say this is not an issue at all.
Absolutely. In fact, I have a group of friends which, wherein my friends belong to the Marwari community, some belong to the Sikh community, some belong to the Christian community. When I was having a word with them, even they agreed on the fact that, this was something, a very, what they told me was that it was a very sick statement that, Shobhaa De actually said. And, as a proud Mumbaikar, as a proud Maharashtrian, and as a proud citizen of Maharashtra, even my friends have agreed on the fact that, such a statement from Shobhaa De was not expected. I mean, someone who's being on a national identity today shouldn't have done something of this sort.
My question is, Purvesh, that, is Marathi pride so fragile, so weak, that it can actually be sort of, aggravated and offended, just by a couple of tweets? I mean, this is a person who, tweets in a provocative manner, in a tongue-in-cheek manner. Is Marathi pride really that fragile? I don't think it is.
See, honestly, I'll tell you one thing. I mean, all I'm going to do is compare my state with the other states here. Is, when I was having a word with a friend of mine who lives in Bangalore, I just had a word asking him, ki, boss, do you ever go to watch a Kannada movie or do you ever go to watch a Telugu movie? What he responded to me was like, today, we being a Marwadi and living in Bangalore, also we make it a point to go and watch such movies. I mean, it's about being a proud citizen of that state, and I'm very sure, I mean, I'm very sure that the youngsters today are very proud of being being a citizen of the Maharashtrian state.
Okay.
And I'm absolutely sure that if such things are not, I mean, see, obviously we don't want it. I mean, India is a democratic state country, but obviously when you come down to such things, I totally agree that even as a young boy, even as a young girl, anyone would want to be proud of their state. And absolutely, what everyone would be happy to have seeing a Marathi movie or something of that sort.
Okay. The question, of course, is, does it really have to do with pride at all? Because, a person like Aditya Thackeray, who leads the Shiv Sena and who's put out so many, supposedly very modern views, like bars and nightclubs should stay open longer, many other, sort of ideas and policies that have, been received very well by young people. How does that sort of fit in, with this sort of thing, where you've just got tweets from someone, who's famous for satirical, parody tweets, sometimes provocative, but always trying to send out some kind of a message. How does it really fit in with that? I mean, many people find it quite jarring, Purvesh.
No, honestly, see, according to us, the Shobhaa De issue was completely, the chapter was closed yesterday itself, but I don't know, I mean, what was wrong with this female? I mean, again and again, she wanted to tweet and wanted to be into the controversy today. Honestly, we had ended the chapter yesterday itself, while, my father put up the movement against her in the house. All we wanted is to end up the chapter, but obviously when the female tried to target us, through Twitter and everything, obviously we need to give her an answer as well. And honestly, today what happened, Mr. Pandurang Sapal, who is one of our leaders of the Sena, had just sent her a parcel of the dahi misal and the vada pav, just to make it a point that she doesn't at least forget the taste of what the Maharashtra delicacy is.
You know, we've got a top band saying the desperate Sena. And, you know, that's a question I do want to ask you, Purvesh. Is it that the Shiv Sena has sort of run out of ideas, its space has been taken by certain other parties? Has the Shiv Sena, you know, lost its imagination that it needs to do this sort of thing? Are you worried that that might be one of the realities out there?
No, nothing of that sort. Believe me, you know, Aditya ji himself, Uddhav ji himself are art lovers, and anytime, anywhere, you know, where there's a good art and, you know, good artists performing in Mumbai or Maharashtra, they are always welcoming them.
Okay.
Be it a Muslim, be it a Christian, be it a Sikh, or be it a Maharashtrian again. Our only thing is, like, anyone talking anything against the Hindu culture, anyone talking anything against the Marathis, obviously the Shiv Sena will always make it a point to protest against these people.
All right, thanks so much, Purvesh, for joining us on this particular story. We also have our reporters are telling us that there is a conversation going on inside the Shiv Sena at this point of time, where it has been decided to actually wind down these protests against Shobhaa at this point of time. So hopefully this will all be wound up by around this time tomorrow. Thanks, Purvesh, for joining us here.